What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 33 of the LARNE project here in Football Manager 2019. Today, a massive game for us. We take on Fenerbahce in our final Europa League game. The odds are stacked against us, the chips are down, but we're going to give it our best shot. Since we were last here, 4 games have been played. These were against, as you can see here, Linfield, Dungannon Swifts, and Coleraine and Crusaders. So if we just have a quick look, 3 wins in the league, 4 in total, and all clean sheets. We started off with a 2-0 win against Linfield. An unlikely goal scorer, actually, with the first goal, Subber Whale, the guy who we signed, if I'm not mistaken, from Man City last season, of course. And then Felix Patterson followed up with another. You might be able to see by the stats in this game, we absolutely dominated them. This 4-2-3-1 that we've started using is just statistically we're wrecking teams. You can see in this game they didn't have a shot. We had 62% of the ball, and you'll see that was a common trend. We then took on Dungannon Swifts in the Northern Irish Football League Cup semi-final. Good win that one, 4-0. Very convincing. Not a lot really more to add to that. The next game we had against Coleraine, a 1-0 win. Felix Patterson with the lone goal in this game. Came in the 21st minute, put us a goal ahead. Romario Vieira was sent off in the 76th minute for a second yellow card. But despite being a man down for that last little bit, you can see statistically again, we just absolutely dominated them. It should have been so many more. 1 clear-cut chance, 4 half chances. We hit the woodwork 5 times. It was one of those days. It was a bad day at the office, but nevertheless, a very convincing performance. And well, in our most recent game, another home tie, another 1-0 win, this time against Crusaders, one of our big rivals. Not so many great clear-cut opportunities created in this game, but 66% of the ball held on to. They had 2 shots in total, and well, the lone goal scorer, a hero in the 77th minute. Welcome back, Regis Mandanda. The whole of LARNE salutes you, my friend. Absolutely incredible by him. Has had that long layoff with an injury. You can see despite that, team's not really discouraged. Juve, Inter and AC Milan all looking at him. Celtic as well. I don't really want to sell him. Obviously, he's been out now for a long time with that broken ankle. 4 months to be exact, but he is able to play today, although his match fitness means he's unlikely to play more than 45 minutes. But we absolutely have to start him against Fenerbahce, and it's been a little bit of a setback, the injury, to his attributes, but I'm hoping he's put it behind him. We can now focus on him getting back on the pitch and playing well. So that's kind of the results. Obviously, fantastic set of results there. You'll notice it is December. January is coming up. And we are looking to sign a few players. And in fact, you can see here a number of players joining us in the next month. So let's talk about them. The first player we've signed, 16-year-old Alex Roberts from Aldershot. Capped at under-19s level for Wales. That was one of the reasons we were able to spot him. You know, playing for the Welsh under-19s. Valued very lowly. We've picked him up. You can see here for £170,000, a good signing there. Graham Gebby, who we agreed to sign a long time ago now, maybe a year and a half ago, finally joining us in January. He looks really solid, 17 years young. It's actually been so long that I've had to send my scouts out again to look at him because we've forgotten how good he was. But yeah, he joined us in a month's time, and that is exciting to say the least. You can see we then have Kenny Dixon, who's going to be joining us from Hamilton, another Scottish youngster, 17 years old, loads of potential, has actually been playing for Hamilton regularly in the league. And I like the look of him quite a lot. And we've actually signed another Hamilton youngster, or rather we're in the process of hopefully signing him. Craig Banham looks very solid. You can see here we've bid £575,000 on him. And he can play centre attacking mid and striker. And he just ticks a lot of boxes. I really like the look of him as a young player for the future. So keep an eye on him. A few more players just to go through. Ben Davis we've signed from Merthyr. I think that's how you say this team's name. He was a player who our scouts actually rated slightly better when I first scouted him. I signed him because he was available for, how much did we pay? £5,000, so a bit of a bargain really. You can see he's playing in the Vanarama National League. He was well, promoted, you can see, into the National South, where he's actually played fairly regularly. And, well, my scouts just liked the look of him. He was a player who got thrown up. He looks solid. His physicals are good. Whether or not he'll ever break into the first team remains to be seen, but a very low-risk punt. And, well, just in terms of the outs, you can see Tim Williams looks like he might be on his way out the club on loan. A young player who just doesn't really fit into the team anywhere. Hasn't even really been getting into the team much at a non-competitive level. Our under-20 squad has a lot of first-team players who I make available. But even then, beyond them, you can see there's just immense competition really for places. You kind of look at our under-20s. There is real potential here, just across the board. I mean, that's kind of the story of LARNE, isn't it, really? You kind of look across this team. There is just potential everywhere you look, but I'm really confident in the next few years we're going to be able to be super competitive. What's really kind of exciting is the fact that Kieran Kane, rated at 4.5 stars, is our best player. We have a number of players rated at 5-star, obviously tentatively with the 1 black star and 4 gold. But if they can reach half the quality of Kieran Kane here and not be quite as inconsistent, I feel like we should be a pretty good force in Europe and hopefully be able to get some good results. So that's kind of that in terms of transfer business. As I said, Mandanda available today but not able to play the full match. We're going to stick with a 4-2-3-1. Just as a refresher for the current situation here, Fenerbahce guaranteed to get out of the group stage here regardless of results. We need to beat them and we need Sporting to slip up. Unfortunately, the Sporting slip-up probably needs to be a loss to Qarabag. If they draw, we have to win by 6 goals to go through because the goal difference is the next deciding factor after head-to-head. And as you can see here, Sporting lost 3-1 against us, but they also beat us 3-1. So we're all tied on that kind of mark, I guess. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. If we could get a win against Fenerbahce, that would be pretty huge in terms of it would be a case of we beat every single team in our group this year. We've obviously already beaten Sporting. We've beaten and drawn against Qarabag. If we could get a win here, it would be great. It looks like they're playing a fairly strong team. I was hoping they might rotate their team a little bit, knowing that they're already through, but that isn't really the case. You can see our team fairly standard. Morrison comes into the team for O'Sheen. Morrison has just been improving a lot lately. I want to continue to put some faith in the young Northern Irish player. But the rest of the team, Kane, Neco Williams, Jim Meister alongside Fuad Sul, Kayendra Simmons and Paul O'Connor, I should probably swap. Phoenix out on the right and then Mandanda back in the team. Welcome back, my friend. It's been a while. Hopefully he's going to just hit the ground running for us. As I said, Kayendra Simmons and O'Connor should be swapped around. Simmons can play as an inside forward on the left. But I kind of like O'Connor more in that kind of area of the pitch because he's naturally a left winger. But anyway, let's see what we can do. We're going to play the system that has served us pretty well, as you've seen domestically. But Fenerbahce, a whole nother kettle of fish. They are a step above. They're not going to make it easy for us, and Sporting immediately beating Qarabag. So we're not really going in with expectation here. The aim is to win this game and then just see what goes on beyond there. And well, that is a good start. 1-0, Kayendra Simmons with the goal, Jim Meister with the assist. As a reminder, we need to win 6-0 if Sporting draw, but they are already winning after 5 minutes. But regardless, nice little win by Jim Meister. Kayendra Simmons, tidy finish by him. If we could beat Fenerbahce at home, that would be very, very good. We are playing at Windsor Park, curiously. I think that's because our actual stadium doesn't fulfil the requirements for the Europa League, which is interesting. Obviously, actually, we've got our stadium expansion being done, so maybe it's to do with the fact that we've moved grounds. It gets very confusing with all the fixtures we've been playing and the ground move and stuff. I look forward to the day where hopefully we either have a new stadium or our current stadium is kind of up to European standards. That's the dream. Anyway, you can see here, stat-wise, we are slightly edging possession, but besides that, Fenerbahce largely dominant, but they've not done a whole lot with it yet. No clear-cut chances for them. 2 half chances, but we've not been shown them, so I'm not going to complain. We are on key highlights as well. But, well, 1-0 up. So far, so good. Unfortunately, Sporting are beating Qarabag 3-0. So at this point, it's very much a case of play for pride. Let's play for coefficient. I think you do get some coefficient points for results. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, coefficient points kind of mark how well a team's performed in Europe. I'm pretty sure like results do actually mean something. So if Simmons could score this, which he can, somewhat against the run of play, we're in a good stead. That Simmons-O'Connor switch has worked wonders, by the way. Mandanda with the assist. That brings a tear to my eye. 2-0 up against Fenerbahce, though. Of course, we lost to them 3-2 away from home. But, well, at home, we are currently schooling them a little bit, although we can't get too ahead of ourselves. As much as I want to boast about it and sing from the rooftops about how we're beating the Turkish giants, the reality is they are creating a decent number of chances, maybe not clear-cut chances, but with the quality that they possess, you'd expect them to take one of the chances that comes their way. Let's make some changes here. Who is not performing? O'Connor and Patterson, really. Let's take off... Who do I want to take off here? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take off Patterson for Janelle Bennett. I'm going to keep some faith in O'Connor, the fact that he's going to turn good for us, because he is a player of real quality. And also, I might not have another wide player on the bench. So the only alternative, really, would be to drop Kayendra Simmons deeper to left wing and then sub off O'Connor and bring on a striker, which I don't want to do because, well, Simmons is on a hat-trick. Skirtle, mercifully heads it over the crossbar there. That's the first highlight we've seen from Fenerbahce, and it's come with 10 minutes left. I mean, this has been a pretty good performance. I think that's what you can definitely say. I know that we're not going to be making it through here, but considering this is our first European campaign, plenty of reason to be excited. I'm going to bring in Glenn Dining and play him out of position at inside forward for the last 5 minutes. I mean, it's not going to make a great deal of difference, but that's a really good performance. 2-0 against Fenerbahce. It feels just a bit of a shame that it's coming to a game where it doesn't really matter. But as I said, 10 points from 6 games is a decent return that would sometimes get you out of a group. And ultimately, we beat every single team we were drawn against. And as far as I'm concerned, that is all that I can really ask for from us. I'm proud of the performance, boys. We came in as lowest seeds. We proved that we are no pushovers. And hopefully that's going to serve us well going forward. I feel like we did pretty well. You can see knocked out. So yeah, you can see Bannon here who we're looking to sign. I don't really feel like in a position to offer him first team football, but we can select backup for him. Of course, he plays, as you can see here, fairly regularly for Hamilton. He could be a very good player for us. I don't know if I'd play him necessarily as an attacking midfield. I feel like he could be a good striker. Maybe we look to play Simmons and O'Connor at inside forward. It is worth perhaps just bearing in mind the fact that with the system switch, I kind of signed a load of young strikers on the assumption we were going to be playing a 2-striker system. The more that we play this system, this 4-2-3-1, the more I feel like it is the system to persevere with. I mean, the result today kind of emphasises that even more. But that might create just a little bit of a headache when it comes to successfully rotating the team. But let's not worry ourselves with that too much just yet. That's a future for a problem for tomorrow to worry about. We don't need to worry about that right now. In terms of when we'll be back, obviously this season has been quite a long season in terms of number of episodes. I'd be interested to know, do you feel like it's dragging on a little bit? Should I, go through this a little bit quicker? Kind of looking further forward, we've got the games against Glentoran. That's the Northern Irish Football League Cup in February. Maybe we could do that game and a match somewhere in between. Maybe the game against Linfield, although they're struggling. Ballymena are quite good, but then we're getting kind of close to that Glentoran final. Let me know what you think, guys. Maybe we'll go straight to the Glentoran game. I will apologise as well. There wasn't an episode yesterday of the series just before I go. Obviously, if you're watching this in the future and catching up on the series, it doesn't really affect you. But basically, there's only going to be 4 episodes this week. I'm going to start taking breaks at the weekend. I'm hoping to get a bit ahead of myself. As some of you guys will know, I was ill at the start of the year. I'm kind of still catching up on myself and kind of getting uploads done ahead of schedule. I've not been able to do that. I've been recording these episodes pretty much the night that they go up, which is not really what I want to do because it means I come in from work and I force myself to sit down and play the game. Obviously, naturally, with me recording and doing videos every day, I have to play the game every day a few matches, which wasn't possible yesterday, hence the lack of an upload. So yeah, hopefully you guys understand, real life comes first. I mean, 4 episodes a week is still pretty good going. I feel like for someone who works full-time and has other commitments, including trying to get fit and healthy, as some of you guys will know, that's kind of been a priority of mine as of late. But anyway, guys, that is going to be all from me today. Slightly shorter episode. It's just the way the cookie crumbled with the live com. Hopefully, I see you guys next time. Let me know. Glentoran League Cup final, maybe somewhere sooner. You can see the fixtures in front of you. Make a call for me. And, well, other than that, thank you for watching as always. It is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.